Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy LOZA. We're looking at I'm Ghost of Sparta's Dark Magician deck list today. Haven't done a roast video in a while, so I thought I'd throw out a wholesome one. This guy's list looks pretty good. You do love to see it, and let's just get right on into the vid.
Welcome back, everybody. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic deck profile.
Good artwork.
Is 2 Dark Magician, and then we also play our Red Eyes. So nothing new in that. We're only playing 2.
Good artwork, still. Good artwork.
Almost convinced to play 1 at one point, but then when I was testing it out, and that Dark Magician ended up getting banished. The reason why
you
I
gotta
say
play
this is
2.
a starter card is because if you were to get it, it can actually do something. It could do something by itself. This is kind of like a Rhoda for the deck because it gets you any, pretty much any spellcaster.
This is Rhoda,
that has Dark
not
Magician
circle.
in its text.
Okay,
The
teams.
monster is a non-ritual monster, so it can't get itself, unfortunately, because would it make any sense to get itself? So, and also it couldn't get the, what was it, Dark Magician of Chaos? That other ritual that we can't get that one because it has Dark Magician's text, but it says a non-ritual monster.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we can't search the ritual monster with this. Like,
so we got 2 Illusion of
what?
Chaos.
They thought it was gonna be too broken.
Rod.
Like,
we played 2 of those. Magician's Rod is an awesome card. It's the main Rhoda of the deck, the original Rhoda of the deck. This allows us to get any spell or trap that lists Dark Magician and add it to hand. It's an unsummon effect, so once it's summoned, you're able to activate it. And the other effect of this guy, which everybody uses, is the recursion effect when it's in the graveyard. If you were to activate a spell or trap or an effect on your opponent's turn, you're able to tribute a spellcaster on field and then add him to your hand. So tribute as cost and then add him to hand. So this is really good. That's what pretty much keeps you with your recursion.
card's very good. Card's very good.
Strength, so that way you know what's going on, or so that way you can still be able to play. Obviously, our next card, which is a 3 of Magician Souls, one of the most expensive cards out there, which is an awesome card. It's pretty much a foolish burial. You basically send a level 6 or higher spellcaster monster to the graveyard to be able to activate 1 or 2 of effects. 1 is to special summon the card itself, or 2 is to send it to the graveyard and special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. So this card, Red Eyes Fusion Ref, is probably the best card out there. It does everything we need. It pulls the bricks out of our deck and lets us fusion summon our boss monster. I play 3. 3 helped me win so many games. I played against Phantom Knights on Thursday, and this card came in clutch every single time because they didn't have the Ash. He did a negate one of them with an effect. He negated the activation of my card. I think it was Solemn Judgment.
And then you're not locked in.
I was able to activate.
People don't know this. If they hard negate ref without Ash, like Solemn Judgment or any other negate, you're not locked into anything. You can play another ref. You can just normal summon. Like, people be dumb, right? People don't read cards. People don't know how cards work. So, nearly everyone I know, like, even in my last video where I showed off me playing Invoked DM, I go ref, they negate it with Fleur, and I play another ref, they're like, but ref got negated, you can't play another one. Like, goddamn, I've been trying to tell y'all peeps for so long, play 3 because it's really good, but y'all don't listen.
My second copy right after that, due to the fact that it negated the activation and I wasn't pinned to the fact that I couldn't summon anything. I wasn't restricted. So ref is such a good card. Playing it at 3 is where you need to play it until something else comes up that just makes us not need to play it at 3. But this card is really good. The next starter we have, Preparation of Rites. This gets us to our Rhoda. This gets us to Illusion of Chaos. So you play that. And the way I built this deck, to be honest, to make it able to run, is I built this deck to be able to make my opponent use up as much of their negates, as much of their hand advantage, as much of anything that they have to be able to keep playing. I wanted them to try to Ash me. I wanted them to Veiler me. I wanted them to get as much as I can, so that way when they're all out of negates or out of any kind of interruptions, I'm able to play. So we have Preparation Rites, really good card, lets you search Illusion of Chaos. And then we have the Striker package. I'm thinking about cutting Engaged because, you know, if you pull this, if you draw this in your hand, Engage is a dead card, a dead draw on the deck, but then it could be for discard fodder for Souls or discard fodder for Dragoon. But this is coming clutch for me many times because most opponents won't Ash this. They'll try to like Veiler, or they'll try to Imperm Kagari because you're going to end up getting drones, and they're kind of starting to realize that we're using this to be able to get Anaconda out. So the striker package is really good. It's something that you should try and test out, because
even if they imperm Kagari, that's still good because it means that's one less imperm for your Anaconda, right? So even if they imperm Kagari, it's like whoop-de-doo because it's one less negate to play through for your Anaconda effect. And that's really what we're trying to do. Bait responses for Anaconda or Turbo to Anaconda. So that's why I really like the Striker package, and I know some people have said, hey, look, like, Engage can be dead. Well, here, I'll put some cards on the screen you can tech in as one-ofs that kind of work as, like, another copy of Imperm and whatnot. So, Eagle Booster we've spoken about in the past, you can use to protect your Anaconda or any other link you make, like Dark. Yeah, it's a bit bricky, but it's a nice card you could have. It's like another copy of Called By if you look at it that way. Kind of. Let's look at another card. Next, we've got Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor is basically your searchable Imperm, so the Sky Striker version of Imperm. It's not bad. It's not bad. You can give it a shot. You do have to have no monsters in the main zone to use it, but I feel like that's fine a lot of the time. You could play Shark Cannon as well. Once again, they're all one of searchable techs. This is if you want to expand on your Sky Striker engine to make Engage less dead. It's totally up to you. You don't have to play this. I know by playing this, like, oh, you're playing more Striker cards. Some people might not like that. I don't really care. Like, they're good cards. They're good cards. You could say, like, Widow Anchor's a Chalice, essentially, or an Imperm, right? So it's like a budget droplet. So look at it that way, okay? I know some people just hate the Striker engine for whatever reason. They just don't want to play other archetypes in their Dark Magician deck. And to that, I tell you, Red Eyes is a dual archetype card, so... so I hope that breaks your brain. Not to mention the new Chronicle support mixes Blue Eyes and DM, so... DM's literally always been about fusing with other shit. So, I don't know why people are so toxic towards mixing DM with other stuff. DM's not a very good deck, let's be real. So mixing it with other stuff that's more relevant is like normally the way to play it. I've mixed it with Dogmatica in the past, I've mixed it with Invoked, I've mixed it with Branded, I've mixed it with like shit like True Draco in the way past. Diagram popping my heart in hand is very good. You get value and you summon a DM, it's hot. But the point is, don't be afraid to mix DM with stuff and just make your own build and have fun, right? Like, you can find some really cool interactions. But anyway, let's move on.
Or Palladium Oracle Mana. I keep trying to say Mahad, but it's Mana. Palladium Oracle Mana. He's been preaching on his soapbox constantly. I've watched his videos, I texted him a couple times, and this card, after getting rid of DMG, has been the best card in my deck. This card literally gets the MVP of my deck. Now, if you don't know what this card does, this card basically tells you that whenever a spellcaster is targeted, only targeted that one spellcaster, you could special summon her from your graveyard or from your hand. And then obviously if she dies, you can also special summon Dark Magician Girl. But the main thing is her extension power. Because I've done it where I've used Magician Souls, and when they try to not ash me, but when they try to imper me, I right away you can chain this, so I don't get the draw, so what? But I already got Anaconda, and I know for a fact they don't have another imperm. They might have Valor, but I know, you know, depending on how the match is going, you're gonna kind of dictate what what you're gonna do. But I'm more safe of going to Anaconda, and I know Dragoon is gonna be coming out. I hope I'm describing this as best I can. If I am, please hit that like button and also make sure to leave a comment. But this card is seriously an MVP.
I love
Obviously,
this card.
another extender.
It's way better than DMG.
Apprentice Illusion Magician. She's really good when you get Forbidden Droplet on your Dragoon. You can pump them up because they're gonna attack them.
Someone commented on one of my videos saying that I'm misinforming like thousands of people because I said you can drop Apprentice on Dragoon. Now, like, neither player can target Dragoon. You misinformed thousands. Look at this stupid comment. Trust a Yu-Gi-Oh player, let alone a Dark Magician player, to not read a card. Apprentice doesn't target, guys. For God's sake, Apprentice does not target. It's not Alistair. Alistair targets, Apprentice doesn't. You can just drop it in the damage step. Everything's fine. I thought it was funny, and I thought I'd feature the comment here. Not to call them out, but it's just... I get comments like these all the time, okay? Like, look, I get things wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but please, just before you make a dumb comment like this, make sure you read your cards, okay? I'm not saying I always read my cards, but just to avoid looking like a chimpanzee on the internet, you know? Anyway, back to the video.
Star Goblin is freaking awesome. I mean, no one's ever ashed this. Some people have, but
Upstart
when
good.
I play it, no one does. You get the top deck.
People
and it
might
works
ash
really
you
well with another card
at
which
your
I'll go
locals
over
if
in a
they
little
start
bit.
figuring out what you
But
do.
we have
Happened to
Upstart
me.
Goblin. Then we play the one Magicalized Fusion,
Good card.
which is great. It's helped me get out Quintet. It's helped me make 2 Dragoons. It's helped me make the Dark Magicians. This card comes in clutch.
It's good.
It send it off souls once you set Magician Eternal Soul, but its effect lets you basically
Salvation's
float
still
Dark
fine.
Magician or Dark Magician Girl, depending on which one is summoned. And it also lets you set
If you need
Eternal
deck
Soul from
room,
deck.
if you need room in your deck for hand traps or other engines, just cut this card though. Like, it's easy card to cut. But in saying that, this and Upstart are really good side cards. People always ask me what I side out. Prep's another good card you can side out. Just one prep, just side one out. It's fine. You can also side out like just random shit that's dog shit in the matchup. Like it's hard to say like exactly what to side out, but like certain hand traps will be bad or certain traps you play will be bad against the deck you're versing. So take them out. For example, if I'm playing 3 skill drain and I'm versing Eldritch, well, it's not going to help me, is it? So I may as well take out the 3 skill drain. I shouldn't have to tell everyone all these little things, but I understand if you're a little confused. So feel free to let me know what are good sides for DM. And what you should side out. I think siding out is probably more important.
It is missing one great effect if it'll let us use Eternal Soul when it's set. But since I play mana, I can't use the float effect because mana is not part
That's
of
okay. That effect isn't that relevant.
So I'm thinking about cutting it, maybe adding something else, but I'm not too sure just yet. Obviously, one of the better cards in the deck that helps us draw.
Oh, yeah.
3 soul.
This is one of the best spells we have. Team Sam be like, circle best card in the deck. It's not even close, but god damn, isn't this card great, guys? The amount of times you draw 2 with this, it just feels like such a good card. I love Soul Serve. I'm going to skip over it though because like we don't need to hear about it.
You know, there's so many plays you can make with this card. Plus, you can also summon Illusion of Chaos, which has a float effect to let you bring a Dark Magician when it's destroyed.
I think it's time I play this card. I've been avoiding playing it for a long time because I'm under the impression, right, you don't play a card to fix your bad hand. Like, just play better cards in general. But I'm at the point where I think I just play this. I know it's only good when your hand's like kind of shit, but I don't know. Even with Illusion of Chaos, I think it'll come up a little more to actually summon him as well. And I don't know. I'm starting to feel like after playing Master Duel a lot, this card is like your go-to in Master Duel because there's nothing to do in Master Duel Dark Magician, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe I will put this in my TCG list. Obviously at 1, I see this played at more than 1, and I'm just like, why? Like, you have Soul Servant to get it back. Like, DM's a great deck because of Soul Servant. Soul Servant makes it so we can run heaps of cards at just 1, because if we want them again, we can just grab them again. Like, I love that about Soul Servant, and people don't seem to realize that yet. So I'm going to put that out there. Maybe I need to make a whole video on it, but DM can be like the Swiss Army knife of a deck because we play Soul Servant. So we can play like a bunch of random one-ofs that are like archetype specific if we get good cards, right? We don't really have anything good yet. And we can just literally, you know, if we played a card and it was really good, cool, Soul Servant, grab it back, and draw an extra card as well, and, you know, go from there. Right now, the only good cards we have in our archetype are, like, Circle, Eternal Soul. Yeah, I said Circle, Sam, lol. Circle, Eternal Soul, Soul Servant, obviously. I play them at 2 to 1, the Circle, Eternal Soul. You could play them at, no, I wouldn't say any more than that. 2 to 1 that's all you'll play. But the other cards you could play are, like, Secrets at 1. I think Secrets is a solid one. I can't really think of many others. A combination. I really feel like combination's nearly there, but we don't quite have a good way to set that up turn 1. If we did, I would say combination. Ironically, that Red Eyes Meteor Dragon card makes it pretty easy to set up combination turn 1, so maybe I'll do something on that later. But yeah, I hope we get stronger spells eventually, just so Circle can hit more, so we have a reason to, you know, play Circle at a higher ratio. Maybe just, I don't know, a spell that just draws. Like, oh, it doesn't have to be much. A DM version of Upstart or a DM version of Prep would be great because it would be DM specific and it means it's really searchable. Like, I love Prep, I love Upstart, but DM versions of those cards means Circle's more viable, Soul Servant's more, like, it just opens up so much. So it's really simple, but honestly, just a DM spell that said draw 1. Like, that's it. I would play the shit out. I'd play it at 3. Like, I don't know. That's stupid though, right? Other decks would probably abuse that too. But anyway, let's keep watching.
That LOZA put up.
One circle, baby.
About that Dark Magical Circle is the best card in the deck, or best card for Dark Magician. We can all argue that it's Illusion of Chaos or, you know, Magician Souls. And so him saying that, it's not wrong. I mean, he might just say that. I mean, he does his content based on trying to get views and everything, which is great. There's nothing wrong about that. I'm not making fun of, you know, Team Samurai, I've seen his deck profiles. I usually just watch the first couple minutes of it due to the fact to see how competitive he's playing it. And if you're playing 3 Dark Magician, 3 Dark Magical Circles, and 3 Eternal Soul, you're not trying to play competitive enough. So
100%.
yeah, I can't, there's not much I can say about that. I understand everybody has their opinion. So, you know, Team Samurai, I'm sorry, but you need to kind of do a little bit more research. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but yeah,
I am.
It's not correct in this current format and for this deck. And last,
I don't know how he gets off
card,
playing
we
3
play
circle
1 Eternal Soul. All I've been playing is 1 Eternal Soul. You're probably asking yourself, why am I playing 1? It's due to the fact of Soul Servant. I could stack this from the graveyard. I could stack this from my hand. I could stack this from the deck. It doesn't matter if the opponent gets rid of this with MST or gets rid of it with some other way and it goes to the graveyard.
All right, hand traps.
In the main deck is 2 Nibiru. I mean, can't go wrong with Nibiru, the Primal Being.
Yep.
It's a great card.
It's pretty good
for a lot of decks out there that just basically spam monsters. Wait till you just count to 5 and then boom.
My favorite use of Nibiru is the fact that you can make Anaconda with it. Like, I like that you're 1 card closer to making Anaconda. It's really stupid, but I love that.
The OCG, which is pretty much 2 ofs.
We got some
so
Ash.
Ash obviously stops anything that searches the deck, specials from the deck. You know, those are the 2. Ghost Bell.
Ghost Bell, okay.
When it comes to dealing with DPE. DPE is annoying because it forces interactions. It forces you to think because they're going to get rid of a card. So if you only have a play where you have to summon just 1 card and you're hoping that goes through, they're going to use DPE to be able to negate it or to destroy it, so that way you can't continue your play. So using this to get rid of it is freaking awesome.
I haven't thought
Next,
about using
we have
Ghost Bell for
2
that.
Ghost Ogre
Smart.
and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is your best defense to be able to get rid of the Brave Engine as soon as they activate.
Ghost Ogre,
that
very good right
spell
now.
Card,
very
to
good.
be able to search after they activate it the first time, just to activate it.
So obviously we're all playing Ghost Ogre because it's good against the Adventure Engine, but you're finding all these like windows to use Ghost Ogre against all the other decks you're versing now because you already got it in your main deck, which is really cool. Like, I'm Ghost Ogering Iverse D-Link and Ghost Ogering Dragon Ravine, or what's the Boot Sector Launch Field Spell? Absolutely phenomenal. Like, complete turn passing shenanigans. Like, wow, Ghost Ogre is really damn good, you know? Because it trades a card, it feels better than Ash sometimes. Because you've actually traded like and destroyed a card. So yeah, I'm really liking Ghost Ogre. Oh yeah, triple imperm, triple imperm. You gotta play it, I feel. Like, it's so generic, and going second with Ref, if you have Imperm Dragoon, like, slapping Imperm on all their negates and then playing Ref and then just popping and burning, like, you win games like that. It's great. Alright, extra deck gang, let's go.
So now we have the extra deck. This is what we play. We play 2 Red Eyes, Dark
the
Dragoon.
Starlight.
Obviously, this is our boss monsters. The monster that should never have been banned in the OCG. This is the card that gets us to, that pretty much saves us and has the best effects. I mean, pop 2 and take damage and then attack, and then also get an Omni Negate. Obviously, it's a great card, lets you draw, and also has a float effect. We don't use, with my profile, you can't use the float effect if you're willing.
Yeah, that's true. I really don't think the float effect comes up that much anyway, but yeah. It's an alright card. Is this Quintet? Yeah, it's Quintet. Awesome. I love Quintet. I want to play Quintet. I love this card. I don't know, man. It's so cool.
I have to be honest, I might take this card out. I don't summon it as much. It's only helped me maybe once or twice.
It's like
a couple of random duels, but
when you do summon it,
better. I think with Branded coming out,
it's just such an anime moment.
For some cards with Super Poly, because Super Poly is going to be really big in this new format.
That's true.
Yeah, Quintet Magician might be sided out. All right, now we're going to my links.
Poly big.
Link Rebo. Once again, LOZA has made so many good points, and I think also Dark Magical Gaming has also made so many good points. This card is so good with Magician Souls.
Yeah, Matt.
If you summon this off,
Matt made a lot of good points, and he's like Geo7, Grumbus, Dumb. I don't know, a bunch of numbers, but Matt's the one who got me on a Link Karibo. He's a genius.
When I was playing my duels recently, this card pretty much stopped the Brave Engine for me.
It's so good. I love this card. And because it's a spellcast, because it's a spellcaster, if they negate it or target it, you just chain mana, and it's like, I got Anaconda now, baby.
The extra monster zone, so I made Magician Souls, went into Relinquish Anima, activated effect to take it. He activated the effect to basically negate and destroy it. So that was a good thing for me because I was able to play and make Dragoon after that, and I ended up actually winning that match at that point. We play the one of Imduct, the World Chalice Dragon. Great card. Zone points to,
Imduct good.
It automatically destroys it.
Imduct
so
good.
there's no need for battle.
Yes, good striker engine cards. Only
stop
ones
a
you
card
need.
from attacking, and then gain that extra.
Artemis
recursion.
gang!
But I think we have enough where we might not need Artemis anymore.
What?
But I still play her. She's helped out a lot. She does help out with her recursion with Rod, because I've been in situations where I just had Rod,
Yeah.
Soul Servant, and then I would just activate Rod, grab something, set Soul Servant, tribute Rod to link summon into her, and then on my opponent's turn, activate Soul Servant, stack, and then use Rod's effect to.
I think the other really cool thing is, like, if you're playing Invoked DM or, like, Dogma DM, this card just becomes more important, you know? The value of Artemis goes up. And that's super important. And even on Master Duel, like, I find this is one of the best cards in Master Duel DM, just because you do have those hands where you just open Rod and a bunch of random hand traps or traps and crap. And you're like, shit, I need to play next turn. How do I do that? Well, obviously, Rod grabbing Soul Servant, linking into Artemis, and then just passing the turn with all your set cards. That's a great way to do it. And I just can't believe, like, some people still don't realize that. And Team Sam's one of them. Team Sam doesn't play Artemis, and like, you can't deny that you're gonna have hands where it's just Rod. And like, yeah, we have Illusion of Chaos now. In theory, it shouldn't happen, but it still will. It still will. So you may as well just, you know, play this just in case. It's like the best backup plan in case you just open Rod. And some people are like, oh, if I just open Rod, like, I'm losing that game anyway. It's like, well, not necessarily. You definitely can still win. I've definitely won games where I've gone Rod, Soul Servant, link into Artemis, set a bunch of cards, and Village. Like, I remember having Village in a setup like that. And, you know, they go to attack your Artemis and shit, and I just had, like, Dogmatic Punishment and shit like that, and I was just, like, clearing their board. They can't play spells. The turn passes back to me. I go in end phase, do Soul Servant shenanigans, tribute the Artemis, grab the Rod. So now I'm actually, you know, negated by my own Village from playing spells. But of course I have Rod in hand and I've stacked souls off Soul Servant. I don't know. I really disagree with people who are like, oh, if you just have Rod, like, you're losing anyway. I'm like, well, no. Like, and in theory, you think if we open, like, our deck Stratos, right? That's a good opener by itself. But that's how bad Dark Magician spell traps are. Like, let's point that out. In a hero deck, if they open Stratos, they'd be like, cool. Normal summon Stratos effect, and they'd be happy, right? In our deck, if we normal summon Rod and go effect, we're like, shit, I still need like 3 other cards for this to work. Like, we need something better for Rod to search, I'm gonna say. You know, we need like a fusion spell that's good. I know I've said it for a while, but we just need Rod to be a stronger card by it having higher priority search targets, and that would also buff Circle. So Circle and Rod would be so important then, because we're trying to search like a high impact card that people are like, oh shit, like, does he already have it? Do I hand trap him here, or is he just gonna play it next? Like the whole Ali versus Invocation thing, you know? They're like, oh, do I imperm the Alistar, do I Ash it, or does he have the Invo already, right? It'll make him stress like that, and it'd be really nice to have something like that.
Or in your extra deck, because this card's effect is really good.
Oh yeah, Dark's good.
And then obviously we play 2 Predator.
Double Anaconda, nice.
Anaconda.
I love to see it.
So we have to play 2. You can revive
Oh,
your
good.
Dragoon and
Celine?
I haven't used.
So access code last card, right?
And then it gains.
Yeah,
1,000
baby,
attack
let's
for
go. Alright, that looks like it is the end of the profile. So thanks very much. I'm Ghost of Sparta. This was an awesome video. I'm going to have the link to this video in the description, so go check it out. Drop him a comment. Tell him what you liked, what you didn't like. Personally, I really like this list. You'll notice I didn't really roast anything. There's nothing to roast. Like, it was just a good list. So congrats. I dig this list, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll catch you all very soon.